Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? May Allah Pak be with all of you. Topic of today's lecture is kinds of elasticity and measurement of elasticity of demand. In our previous lecture, we discussed the concept elasticity of demand. As we know, elasticity of demand is the measurement of changes in quantity demanded due to changes in prices. And when we measure these changes in percentages, we call it elasticity of demand. Here now today, we will discuss kinds of elasticity and measurement of elasticity of demand. Kinds of elasticity of demand are point elasticity, arc elasticity, income elasticity, and cross elasticity. In this lecture, we are going to discuss first two kinds, that are point elasticity and arc elasticity. In next lecture, inshallah, we will discuss the next two kinds, that are income elasticity and cross elasticity. Now, point elasticity. Point elasticity is defined as a measurement of change in quantity demanded at a particular point on a demand curve. As we know, demand curve is a combination of minute changes in prices and quantity. Whenever change occurs in prices, demand also changes. And when we plot these changes of price and demand on a graph, we get a curve. That curve is known as demand curve. So, measurement of change in quantity demanded at a particular point on a demand curve is known as point elasticity. You can see in the graph we are taking point T on a demand curve. When we measure the change in quantity demanded because of change in price on that particular point T, this is known as point elasticity of demand. We write it like ED equals to percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. Or we write it like percentage change, delta is representing change, percentage change in QD divided by percentage change in P. Now, mathematical method of finding point elasticity. Suppose we are given the values P and Q, different prices and different quantities are given. P 10, quantity demanded is 100. When P increases to 11, quantity demanded decreases to 98. Here P1 is 10, P2 is 11, Q1 is 100, Q2 is 98. Delta Q equals to Q2 minus Q1, delta P equals to P2 minus P1. And do remember one thing, P1 is always P also, Q1 is always Q also. So, according to formula, point elasticity formula is ED equals to delta Q divided by Q whole divided by delta P divided by P. When we take the inverse of our division, that will be multiplication. So, formula becomes delta Q by Q multiplied by P divided by delta P. By doing cross multiplication, we get the formula that will be delta Q by delta P into P by Q. Now put the values in the formula. Delta Q is Q2 minus Q1. Delta P is P2 minus P1 into P by Q. As I told you, P1 is P also, Q1 is Q also. So put the values. Q2 minus Q1 equals to 98 minus 100. P2 minus P1 is 11 minus 10. P is 10. Q is 100. By putting the values and solving them, we get minus 2 over 1 into 1 by 10. Further solving the values, we get minus 2 by 10. Here it is minus 2 by 10, which is equivalent to minus 1 by 5. So you can see here that point elasticity according to the table above is minus 1 by 5. Minus sign is along with the numerical value which indicates that there is a negative relationship between price and quantity. Price increases, quantity demanded decreases. This is the way to find out point elasticity mathematically. Now we are going to find out point elasticity geometrically. Geometric method of finding point elasticity is, according to this method, elasticity at a point of a demand curve is measured by comparing the distance from the point downward along the demand curve to the x-axis by the distance upward to the y-axis. In graph, you can see, suppose here on point T we are measuring elasticity. This means that distance from the point downward, this one is your downward distance, divided by upward distance. AT is a downward distance and BT is a distance upward to y-axis. Geometric method for finding point elasticity is ED equals to length of AT divided by length of BT. Length of AT means length of lower part, length of BT means length of upper part. Suppose length of AT is 5 cm, length of BT is 2 cm. So elasticity of demand will be 5 cm divided by 2 cm equivalent to 5 by 2. This is the geometric method of finding point elasticity. Now, arc elasticity. Arc elasticity means elasticity between two distinct points, or when we measure the change between two different points of a demand curve, that is known as arc elasticity. In a table, it can be seen there are 2 points F and H, or here F and H. When we measure the change between two distinct points, these are the two different points on a demand curve. When we measure the change between two different points on a demand curve, that change is known as arc elasticity. Formula method of measuring arc elasticity is also known as midpoint formula. Formula is Q2 minus Q1 over Q2 plus Q1 whole divided by P2 minus P1 over P2 plus P1. Or elasticity ED equals to difference of Q divided by sum of Q whole divided by difference of P divided by sum of P. You can see in a table, prices and quantities are given. Price is 2, quantity is 100. Price is 4, quantity is 90. Now here Q1 is 100, Q2 is 90, P1 is 2, P2 is 4. Delta Q is Q2 minus Q1 and delta P is P2 minus P1. Now putting the values in a formula is Q2 minus Q1 over Q2 plus Q1 whole divided by P2 minus P1 over P2 plus P1. This is the formula. Now we are putting the values in the formula. Q2 minus Q1 is 90 minus 100. Q2 plus Q1 is 90 plus 100. Whole divided by P2 minus P1, which is 4 minus 2. And P2 plus P1 is 4 plus 2. By solving them, we get minus 10 by 190 whole divided by 2 by 6, which is equivalent to minus 10 by 190 into 6 by 2. We will take the inverse of division, which is multiplication, and when we use multiplication, A over B form becomes B over A. So 2 by 6 becomes 6 by 2. Equation becomes minus 10 over 190 into 6 by 2. And by solving whole of the equation, we get the values, that is minus 3 by 19. This is the mathematical way of deriving arc elasticity. Now, total expenditure method or total revenue method for deriving arc elasticity or for measuring arc elasticity. Through total expenditure method, we find out the elasticity of demand by following the direction of change in total expenditure, or we can say through total expenditure method, from the direction of change in total expenditure, we can find out whether the demand is elastic or inelastic. For that matter, three stages are there. Number one, elasticity less than unity. Less than unity means less than 1. Elasticity greater than unity means elasticity greater than 1. And elasticity equals to unity means elasticity equals to 1. Now, elasticity less than unity. If a commodity is a necessity, there occurs a little change in quantity demanded due to change in price, because people are already consuming the commodity according to their requirement. So, whenever there occurs a change, little change will take in quantity demanded because of a change in price, and in that case, total expenditure moves in the same direction as change in price. In table you can see price is 10, quantity demanded is 20. Our total expenditure on that commodity is P into Q, which is 200. Total expenditure we can find by multiplying price and quantity. When price increases to 2, quantity demanded decreases, but there is a little change in quantity demanded because commodity is a necessity and people will buy it in any case. So our total expenditure increases. Despite of decrease in quantity demanded, our total expenditure increases. This is a case of elasticity less than unity. In another way, we can define it. In a second table, it is shown. Price is 4, quantity demanded is 100. Price decreases to 2, quantity demanded increases to 110. Here you can also notice a change in price, which is indicating a decrease in price. And because of decrease in price, quantity demanded is increasing, but there is a little increase in demand because quantity is a necessity and people are already buying a commodity according to their need. So when price is 4, quantity is 100, total expenditure is 400. When price decreases, quantity demanded no doubt increases, but total expenditure decreases. Thus, total expenditure in case of elasticity less than 1 or elasticity less than unity moves in the same direction as change in price. And when we plot that change in a graph, we get a curve that is of a steeper shape. Here you can see price is P1, quantity demanded is Q1. Now price decreases to P2. There is a greater change in price, but quantity demanded increases little because commodity is a necessity and people are already buying the commodity according to their requirement. When we join these 2 points A1 and A2, we get a demand curve, and that shape of a demand curve is steeper. This indicates elasticity less than 1, or it shows a movement of total expenditure towards the same direction as the change in price happens. Now, elasticity greater than 1. This is the case of luxuries. If a commodity is a luxury item, change in price will bring a greater effect on the demand because people will stop buying the commodity if price increases, due to a fact that it's a luxury item. It's not a necessity. It is not necessary for our survival. So we stop consuming a commodity if the price of a luxury item increases. So total expenditure in that case will move in opposite direction of change in price. It is shown in table. Price is given in a first column, quantity demanded in the second column, and in third column we are given total expenditure, which we get by multiplying P into Q. When price is 4, quantity demanded is 5. Total expenditure is 20. When price decreases to 2, quantity demanded increases to 30 and total expenditure increases to 60. Here you can notice price decreases, total expenditure increases. In second table, we can indicate an increase in the price. Here in table, you can see in first column, prices are given. In second column, quantity demanded is given. And again, in third column, total expenditure is given. Price is 15, quantity demanded is 200, total expenditure is 3000. Price increases to 20, quantity demanded decreases to 100, and total expenditure also decreases. Here we can notice that price increases, total expenditure decreases. So in case of elasticity greater than unity, total expenditure will move in the opposite direction of change in price. And when we plot these changes in a graph, we get a graph which will be of a flatter shape. Here you can see price is P1, quantity demanded is Q1. Price decreases to P2, quantity demanded increases to Q2. When you join these points A1 and A2, you get a curve that will be known as a demand curve, and this curve will be of a flatter shape. So it shows that in case of elasticity greater than 1, shape of a demand curve will be flatter and total expenditure will move in the opposite direction of change in price. Elasticity equals to unity or elasticity equals to 1. Elasticity is always equals to unity in case of commodities which are neither included in necessities nor luxuries. Total expenditure will not change in that case. Here in a table you can see price is 4, quantity demanded is 100, total expenditure is 400. Price decreases to 2, quantity demanded increases to 200. Now total expenditure again is 400. There is no change in total expenditure. In second table, we are indicating increase in price, but still there will be no effect on total expenditure despite of increase in prices. Here price is 10, quantity demanded is 40, total expenditure is 400, price increases to 20, quantity demanded decreases to 20, total expenditure remains 400. So here we can see that change in price brings no effect to total expenditure. And when we plot these changes in a graph, we get the curve that is known as demand curve, and it will be of a normal shape. Here you can see price is P1, quantity demanded is Q1. Price decreases to P2, quantity demanded also increases to Q2, but the distance remains the same. Shape of a curve is like a normal shape of a demand curve. By joining point A1 and A2, we get a demand curve of a normal shape. And this shows elasticity equals to 1. In case of elasticity equals to 1, there occurs no change in total expenditure, and these are the commodities which are neither necessities nor luxuries. So this is all for today, dear students. Till next lecture, enjoy yourselves and take very good care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.